Hello friends, and welcome back. We are back at it again with Dark Souls 3. I'm a little thrown off at the moment because I thought I pressed recording about 30 seconds earlier than I actually did, but it turns out I pressed the Windows key instead. Which, you know what, that doesn't start recording anything. It just opens the Windows menu. So it's a little tech tip for you there. The Windows key opens the Windows window. That was free. Anyway, we are currently right about at the end of this game, and now that we have acquired all of the Lord's Souls, my next task is to begin the DLC, which I gave a bit of a sneak preview to in that was a couple videos ago now. But yeah, we're gonna head back to the painted world. Different painted world than the one in Dark Souls 1. But a painted world nonetheless, of Arendelle.
My very own home now.
Huh. I think that was the guy back in the cave. I'm surprised we could hear him out here. But yeah, it feels appropriate. We are in January now, at least in terms of the actual recording upload date. So I thought, why not include a January climb for our next video. Why not idiot fight these guys? And just not hit each other. Wouldn't that be fun? Just don't hit your enemies. Well, that's pretty good advice in life. Doesn't work as well in the land of Lothric. Ow. Unfortunately, there are no counselors in Lothric. We can't resolve our conflicts through mediated conversation, so we just have to hit each other with sharp things. As in olden days. So, we've got a corpse here with an item on it, and it's a trap. Not a terrible one, but a trap nonetheless. I'm gonna tell you right now, I usually sprint through this area because of these guys right here. He's got shoulder checked by a wolf. Did I mention I normally sprint through this area? Yeah. That's because they don't stop coming, and they don't stop coming, and they don't stop coming, and they don't stop coming. You can hear more of them howling. There they are. I've mentioned before a couple of areas that contain enemies that feel like they were lifted straight from Bloodborne, just based on the speed with which they attack. Oh, they're just hanging out. I'm just gonna whiff my way up to you. Okay. Not doing terrible. Oh, big one. Yep. You could have been a good boy, but you chose to be a bad boy. So yeah, I generally tend to skip all of that nonsense because it's a lot. But because we have not skipped it, I can show you something else. It is not a trick of perspective. That wolf is actually gigantic. Okay. Luckily, it bows out of the fight after you get it down to a certain health. But I'll tell you right now, that's not the last time we're going to see that puppy. And I'll tell you something else, that that puppy was guarding an area over here. It contains more very difficult enemies. Got a cool dilapidated tower. And a cool guy, cool slow walking up to me. This is a Millwood Knight. A sturdy, sturdy dude. With a lot of poise. I know part of what trips me up with these guys is they tend to delay a lot of their attacks. So they'll have these giant wind-ups that you think you need to dodge through real fast, and then they'll keep winding up after you've already dodged, and you look like an absolute fool. Ah, I forgot about you. Ow. You know what? Not gonna deal with you. I don't like the treeple. The treeple here tend to jump out of nowhere and really mess your day up. Got another Millwood Knight. He has tamed that wolf, and I care not for it. Oh boy. Well, I did this to myself. Whew. I don't know how I made it out of that, but here we are. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Yeah, if you can manage to sprint past those two and get on the ladder here, and I think be fairly free. And you can just tank a bunch of hits like that. Okay. Okay. Oh, the Millwood Knights, ladies and gentlemen. We'll drink to that. And because I so wisely went that direction, I did not have another bonfire to respawn at. So we're back at the beginning. This time I'm going to show you all what I normally do. Ow, he caught me in midair. And that is actually run up this hill. We've got more treeple up here. They have flaming tendrils. We've got just about everything someone could want. Bug people, tree people, wolf, not people, but wolves. Thing is, they tend to rubber band fairly quickly, so if you can make it this far, and down this hole, boop, You got another bonfire. And I think we've reset everyone now. I do believe there might be a little bit of swag for us up here. No? Maybe not. Maybe not. I was wrong. First time ever. But I might risk a run back through this gauntlet here. We'll see how dumb this is. Probably very. Because I'd like to make it to the top of that tower again. We'll see how possible that actually is. It's literally raining wolves right now. Go away. Luckily, they seem to be susceptible to just being kited. I may be just getting lucky with my sprints here, but don't seem to be following incredibly closely. I say that, and I almost get bodied by one. Okay, I think I only have one knight to deal with here. Which I will kite. Not too bad. And I'll probably ignore the archer for now if I can. Or at least cast spook, yeah. I had an okay amount of souls. Gonna get him back. You can keep ascending here. Make your way outside. Up another ladder. And we've made it to the top. Carefully walk out on this board. Ah, yes, that's why. So this is the umbral ash of the captain of the Millwood Knights. It says, long ago when the Millwood Knights lost the forest they called home, they began a journey so long that even thoughts of their sworn enemy washed away, replaced by a vision of a cold and brittle wood. So, as has been suggested to us already, this painting is a place for the forlorn, lost souls, those with nowhere else to go. And it appears the clan of the Millwood Knights was such a clan. I'm making noises again. Just gonna keep spooking. Spooking my way downtown. And you know what? No. That wasn't the bonfire I meant to go to, but that's what I wanted to do. Made it to the top of the tower. And got some swag. And this actually isn't the worst idea, because I can give the captain's ashes to the shrine handmaid.
Gracious. Let this, I only hope.
Let's see what new wares we have to content ourselves with. Don't know if I see anything new yet. I feel like there would probably be Millwood Knight stuff. Yeah. Millwood Knight helm. That's actually a cool helmet. I will not lie. Armor worn by the Knights of Millwood. The char bronze breastplate and thick black cape are adorned with the symbol of the ethereal oak. When the fabled Millwood forest was discovered, it was a vacant ruin. The only thing left was the ethereal oak, stood rotting. No corpses were discovered, yet their belongings lay neatly on the ground. So, the Millwood Knights were accosted somehow, drawn away into the painting. I'm actually looking at Lorien's leggings now. I don't know if I'd looked at these before. It says Lorien, raised as a knight, is said to have been left mute and crippled by his younger brother's curse. It is also said that Lorien in fact wished it so. So, there's actually something here to suggest that Lorien's crippled state was a voluntary, I suppose, consequence to allying himself with his brother. Interesting. Very interesting. I kind of like that armor, actually. I'm gonna
Ashen one.
see how the fit looks. Where are we? That's hefty. That is some hefty armor. That does look cool. It's a little bulky. Yeah, and it makes me fat roll. So, maybe not, but it's pretty cool looking armor. I have grinded a little bit to get some more souls, to upgrade my vitality, I believe, to use more weapons and armor and stuff like that. That's normally very heavy, so we might get a chance to show off some different fashion before the end here. There's actually a character we're going to meet here soon, whose armor set I really enjoy. And yeah, and a bit of a throwback, because we respawned at the second bonfire. A bit of a throwback to the first painted world. We've got a icy rope bridge here. Creaky icy rope bridge. And interestingly enough, we've got some Corvians here. They're not hostile. They appear to be praying in the direction of this chapel. So we're gonna walk all cinematic-like up to the door. And talk to this gentleman. And I'm just gonna let you hear this voice actor work for a minute.
Well, you look to be unkindled. No bell tolls. And yet you've slipped into the painting. Oh, no matter. If you've lost your way, the words of Lady Frida will guide you. Now go on inside, show respect, and listen carefully.
Those dulcet tones. I don't know if dulcet's the right word.
What's keeping you? Go on. Right inside. Show respect, and let Lady Frida speak to you.
Yes, sir. So he appears to be the keeper of this Lady Frida, and seems to know the plight of the Ashen Ones. And he says no bell tolls, and yet we're drawn into the painting. So he has some familiarity with the linking of the fire process. Ooh, we got a Havelbud here. Big boy.
Welcome to the painted world of Arendelle. I am Frida. I have long stood beside our blessed father and the rest of the forlorn. But forlorn thou seemeth not. Ashen one, I know not the missteps which led thee to this painted world. But thy duty is all, and thy duty lieth elsewhere. Return from whence thou camest. I presume it visible to thee, the bonfire here in this room. A meek and faded thing, but 'twill guide thee nonetheless.
So Lady Frida doesn't seem to want me here.
Ah, yes. There is a thing thou shouldst by rights possess. Ours is a chance encounter, to be sure, but perhaps it was meant to be. Let this be a remembrance of this cold world, a thing to help thee bear thy duty.
Gives me a neat ring.
Now, return from whence thou camest. Thou'st a place in that world, and that alone is cause to rejoice.
So because we are an Ashen One, given the task to link the fire, she considers that we are not meant to be here in the painting. But it begs the question a little bit, why is she here in the painting? Again, her retainer seems to be familiar with the linking of the fire. And if they are not forlorn, although they may purport to be, why are they here?
Lady Frida has spoken, has she not? Then tarry no longer, and be gone.
You know I will be gone. Just not via bonfire. But we might see each other again. And I'm not going to cross this bridge, and that's my choice. Although there is more on that side that I could explore. So after all that senseless destruction, I can actually climb down the remaining part of this ladder. And find some really beautiful vistas, actually. I love I love just the design behind these glacial paths. Oh. Loved it so much, I wanted to be up close as soon as possible. Anywho, we're going to try that again. I'm going to run away out of here, out of embarrassment, because I'm sure Frida knows exactly why we just spawned back in there. But we're going to do our best not to have that happen the same way twice. We'll follow this phantom. And before we even descend one branch, I'm going to go ahead and spook out. Because spooking is a very handy thing to do here. We are just following the roots of this great tree down to the bottom. Ow. Remember. We are being accosted from every angle, so I'm going to try this fall, and we're fine. You make it to the bottom here, and you're rewarded with another bonfire, and the corpse of that crystal lizard that fell. Yeah, we're just going to keep exploring this painted world. That's a crab, so I'm going to go this way. Again, as I was saying earlier, before I died, I love the design of these ice crystals and this ice tree and just all the ice. Ice, ice, ice. It's an aesthetic that I appreciate a lot. What I don't appreciate is wolves. Because I haven't really addressed it, yes, this is a boss fight. But the bossiest part of this boss fight has not yet occurred. Curse your poise, bud. Curse your poise. Yep, he poses. And what should happen? That we suddenly start getting ganged on. There he is. Alright. I don't know how he stun-locked me there, but, oh well. It is at least a pretty simple run back here. Honestly, there's not a whole lot to say about this fight. It might be clear, if you're familiar with the series at all, that, that arena, the concept behind this fight, is yet another reference. You probably saw the gravestone, and even the flowers growing here. This being some kind of place of remembrance. This, I believe, is meant to harken back to a certain grave of a certain character from the first Dark Souls. Caught him. Alright. So now we have one enemy to deal with. Okay, that's a fast attack. And a fast follow-up. His attacks here. The frost breath. He starts doing the double charge. Okay, yep, shouldn't have healed right in front of him. Got him though. Yeah, not a terrible boss fight. Caught me off guard the first time, but we made it. Yeah, here is the reference. Indeed. Visions of Night. But this boss fight is actually meant to be the barrier / initiation into a PvP arena that I'm pretty sure they added for this DLC. Yeah, the champion's bones. Excuse me. Charred but warm bones of a champion. Burn at Firelink Shrine Bonfire to participate in undead matches. Yeah, so the undead matches are just little PvP fights. Which is pretty neat. I don't tend to do a whole lot of that myself, but, you know, I know a lot of people who are pretty excited about the return of dedicated match, or PvP match arenas and stuff like that. Did I say return? That might have... This might have actually been like a new thing for the series.
Very then taken.
But yeah, I've been grinding a little bit, just trying to get a few more souls for a few more levels. Wanted to get endurance up to 30.
Farewell, Ashen Morning.
See if I can't get 6 swings out of my scythe. I'm at 5 right now before I'm done. So yeah, you can burn the champion's bones. Gives you access to the undead matches. Pretty neat stuff. I'm actually going to return to the Rope Bridge Cave, because we have more Arendelle to uncover. Actually, I'm probably going to amend that. I think I want to go back down to the icy cavern I was in. Which won't take too long. I don't think I need to warp. I forgot about that gauntlet going down. Maybe I will warp. Indecisive. No! Pick the wrong bonfire. I'll get there eventually. In the meantime, enjoy this great loading screen gameplay. Depths of the painting. That's the one. Also a bit of a preview of other lore. You might notice in that room there are a bunch of paintings. So we have paintings within paintings. And I will tell you now, that is not insignificant. And neither is this crab. It's actually a pretty significant crab that I hope to avoid entirely. There is an item up there, but I will be going up there soon. So then I'm avoiding these treeple, these tree women, so that I can get to this tree woman and attack her. Because behind her is the spell Snap Freeze, which is pretty cool actually, because it is one of the spells left behind by the young sorcerer Sullivan before leaving the painted world. Creates a cloud of near freezing mist. Sullivan was born and raised inside the painting, yet had little use for his frigid homeland since he had not yet experienced loss. So, we've got some lore. Remember the old Pope? Pontiff Sullivan? We fought him before, and turns out he actually has his own origins here in the painted world. Ow. So yeah, the guy behind the downfall of Arendelle. Ow, 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 ow. The guy behind the downfall of Arendelle was born and raised in the painted world. So somehow he got out of here and found a way to, I guess, have a life of significance in his own eyes. It's a cool little tidbit. I think there is some cut content regarding that that tree person I killed, actually suggesting that that is some strange, you know, misshapen form of his mother. I think there was some dialogue that could happen once you actually defeated it that would suggest that the tree was missing its child, I think. It's been a while since I've looked into that, but I'm pretty sure that was initially intended to be kind of an Easter egg, some content here. So yeah, cool stuff. Cool references. And if you climb up those ladders, we get another Titanite slab. We already had one from Lothric Castle, but it is pretty cool to have another one. I'm actually going to go this way. We are on the other side of the bridge, in the chapel up there. And there's this little side path here that will allow us to visit another area here. People criticize this first DLC because it is somewhat brief. It's a pretty self-contained little area. And, you know, I don't know if it's... I suppose there is some valid criticism to that, considering how other DLC in the Soul series is pretty expansive, or feels like it has a lot of content, but I think a lot of people were initially a little put off by this one because of how brief it is, but then they released the Ring City, which has some capital C content in it, so I think that kind of alleviated some people's disappointment. And hey, this DLC gave us bird fetuses, so, you know, there's really nothing to not love here. And when I say bird fetuses, I certainly mean plural. There are a lot of bird fetuses down here. And along with them, we have some new enemies. Again, I'm going to say straight out of Bloodborne. Alright. Let's give this a go. Ah. These are the Corbin Knights. Okay. Notice I never touched him. Goodness gracious. A little salty about that one. Yeah. I keep mentioning areas and enemies with, I guess, design aesthetics and design philosophies that seem straight out of Bloodborne, and that is because many of them really seem to. And I don't think it's an uncommon criticism of Dark Souls 3, where they took a lot of design ideas that came straight from that game and plopped them into this one. The only issue is that Bloodborne was kind of, I think, intentionally designed to be antithetical to Dark Souls playstyles. And by that I mean, there's a lot of people who went through Dark Souls 1 and 2 very methodically. You know, you crawl through areas, creep through them, shield raised, basically just trying not to get bodied every time you turn a corner, and, you know, that's valid. There are many areas in this series that punish people who are a little too brazen. But Bloodborne is very much the opposite of that. I think one of the prime design philosophies of it was we're ditching shields. Again, at the beginning of the game, they don't give you a shield. They give you a gun, and they tell you, you want to have defense? Well, you can have defense. It involves shooting your enemies in the face. That went better. Just had to strike first, strike hard, and have no mercy. By the way, if you haven't watched Cobra Kai on Netflix and are familiar at all with the Karate Kid, it is an excellent series. A lot of fun. But anyway, you kill that Corbin Knight, and we get our first bird fetus that we can talk to.
Oh, well, there is nothing forlorn about you. You must be the other Ash, I suppose.
I am Ash.
Oh, finally, you have come. Oh, wondrous Ash, grant us our wish. Make the tales true, and burn this world away. My lady must see flame, and you have only to show her. You are Ash, are you not? Is it not fire that you seek?
So again, echoing the guy who drew us into the painted world, we now have just a regular citizen of it, asking us to burn it away.
Surely you have seen the rot that afflicts our world, but that which fooled the good father and buried the flame, after we had all made up our minds too. So, please, grant us one wish. Make the tales true, and burn this world away. My lady must see flame, and you have only to show her.
So we have 3 characters here that have been named.
Oh, please. It must be
We'll give
you.
them titles at least.
I am so terribly frightened of timidly rotting away like those fools on the outside. Oh,
Yeah. So we have the lady, whom Gale already told us about. That's the name of the guy who sent us in here, Gale. We have the father, and we have the witch. It seems the witch has bewitched the father into not letting this world burn, or rather having it sit and rot. So there's this juxtaposition between, I suppose, a voluntary burning death for this place and this slow decay that seems to be a result of the witch's influence. We've got another Corbin Knight up here. Thinks he's an anime protagonist. Okay. That gate doesn't open from here, so I'm not going to bother. But I really wanted to get rid of that guy because I don't recall exactly where to go from here. Well, I think I found it. And I didn't want him bothering me. Because he would bother us, make no mistake. Jump down over here. That'll just loop you back to the bonfire, which isn't a bad way to go. I don't like the ones that belch because they poison the ground. for a very long time. I'll spook up again here. Nice. Get the crow quills on this little outcropping. It's kind of a cool weapon. Oh my gosh, he's not dead. I rested, didn't I? Shoot. I just wanted to show off the crow quills. Is he chasing me? He's probably chasing me. Anyway, yeah. By themselves, it's just a rapier. Not bad, but you two-hand it, and you get the quills. Pretty cool looking. Pretty edgy. Not too damaging because they're not upgraded right now. And dexterity weapons generally aren't too damaging. Actually gonna go back. And dang it, I'll have to fight that guy again. Oh, mistakes were made. I'd forgotten I'd rested up above in the town itself. But you know what? We'll be a little bit more daring this time. Yeah, that's where the other knight hangs out. Literally, right there. I'm just gonna try and find my way through here. There we go, yeah. You can cut between these buildings. A lot of guys that'll try and push you off the edge here. Because they're rude. That guy wakes up and screams at you. That guy tries to fall on you, like his friend there. Everyone's just rude here. Genuinely. These are some rude birds. Quit vomiting poisonous sludge on me. I don't know how many times I have to say it. There is an item over there, and I think you can unlock a door down there. But I genuinely don't often bother. This rooftop area is one I try to get through pretty quickly most of the time. Because there are idiots who like to cast really pathetic homing soul masses at you. No. But if you can find this ladder, you can climb up and up and up. Okay. And all these I think are actually dead. I could go after that guy, but there's another Corvian soldier hanging out there. I'm not gonna bother. Just not gonna bother. I don't like fighting them. I love this game, but I have no problem saying there are parts of it I do not enjoy doing. And I might show at some point the interior of this this building here, but it is it's not at all welcoming in there. Not at all. But luckily, the unwelcoming aspects of that building don't matter if you don't open the main door, which I'm not going to, because I don't want to. But we can finally open this gate up here. And hopefully not be seen by that guy. Oh. Yep, we did get seen by that guy. But you know what? I don't care. I don't think he'll follow us this far. Nope. He's content to keep circling, and I'm content to let him keep circling. Get another young white branch from right here. It's kind of interesting. Maybe has some implications about where those branches come from, since it was next to another tree person. But that's just a theory. What isn't a theory is that this next part is cool.
I've seen your kind, time and time again. Every fleeing man must be caught. Every secret must be unearthed. Such is the conceit of the self-proclaimed seeker of truth. But in the end, you lack the stomach for the agony that you bring upon yourself.
So we didn't leave as we were instructed to do. And now Sir Wilhelm is a little angry with us.
Forgive me, my lady. I swore an oath. But I have failed you. Lady Elfrida.
Elfrida. So he calls her by her full name at that point, and if you had been following a certain storyline in the game, the main game, up till this point, there's a chance, and I'm not entirely familiar, so I don't know if this is entirely true, but there's a chance, well, I know there is a chance that you've almost, let me say this correctly. There is a shot that you have already heard the name Elfrida in the main game. And if you have, then that raises some interesting implications about who she is. I'm going to read the lore for this contraption key. Key to the contraption leading to the attic of the archive, found on the edge of the Corvian settlement. After Sir Wilhelm led a white-haired woman to the attic of the library, he kept this key as if it were his life. And what do we find? But a white-haired woman. Sadness indeed.
I believe. I feel the scent of ash upon thee. Thou art the one of whom Uncle Gale spoke. The one to show me flame.
To show her flame would imply that she is the lady that we have been hearing so much about.
When this is done, may I return. The door is open thanks to thee. 'Tis good. I promised Uncle Gale I would. 'Tis good. The door.
I want to hear that.
'Tis good. I'll head off to paint. I promised Uncle Gale I would.
So this girl is saying that now that we have opened the way out for her, she'll head off to paint, as Uncle Gale said she should, and that she would. So this girl is a painter in a painted world. I'll use my binoculars. She seems to be carving something into the table here. It's a little hard to see. They didn't really render anything in the table itself to show you what she might be carving. But I was hoping to get a better look at her in general. You can tell she is, she's rather gray, you might say. And I think she does bear a lot of like superficial similarities to Priscilla from Dark Souls 1. And Yorshka actually in this game. I don't know that she is any kind of half-breed like they were. But, yeah. Interesting little character we've got here. We have found the lady of the painting. This is an elevator down, which we can't access yet. I don't think this door opens from this side. But can jump down here. Opens the door. Lights the fire. And I forget if she says anything else at this point.
'Tis good. The door.
No. We'd already opened the door she needed. Yeah, we have found the lady of the painting, the one to whom we were supposed to show flame. She had been prevented from being shown flame by the witch, according to that Corvian settlement denizen. So by all of those stretches, we can assume that the actual witch mentioned by that guy was the Lady Elfrida that we met earlier. So interestingly, we were told by the witch to leave the painting. We didn't, and were attacked by her attendant. And now we have freed the lady of the painting, with the intent to show her flame. Let's see if we can level up.
Then take.
No, we can't.
Farewell, Mace.
2,000 more souls. Let's see if I can sell anything. Let's see. Yeah, the plot is certainly thickening here. I don't need 97 Titanite shards.
Ashen one. Huh.
Welcome. Then take.
Get that to 29, I think. Get ourselves to level 100. Feels good.
Farewell, Ashen
I may
One.
actually stop there for now. We've made a lot of progress through the first DLC. Again, it does go pretty quick, but I think it is a very engaging story. Again, told in very Dark Souls fashion. A lot of dialogue and more implication than straight up exposition and such. But I am enjoying this, as I often do. I hope it is enjoyable to anyone watching. I do want to check out the Onyx Blade real quick, because it has a little bit more clear lore for us. Elfrida, the eldest amongst her sisters and leader of the Sable Church, bestowed this sword to her knight. Only the sword was a farewell gift, and acceptance signified the knight's resignation from Elfrida's service. So it appears that the knight did not adhere to what was expected of him. He did not resign from Elfrida's service, but followed her into the painting. And if you... I forget if it's been said in this playthrough or not, but the Sable Church is the Sable Church of Londor, which is where all those pilgrims were coming from in the opening cutscene. That's where Yol of Londor was from. And yeah, so we've got some connections here. We've got some different kingdoms, different characters from these kingdoms, in different contexts, and yeah, the plot is beginning to thicken. So we will quite possibly finish the first DLC in the next episode. We'll see. We've got a few more tasks ahead of us. A pretty significant boss fight ahead that I'm not sure will be completed in the next episode, but it very well could be. So appreciate anybody still following along. Thank you for joining me on this journey, and I will see you in the next video.